Today's video is sponsored by Squarespace. If you need a website, go to squarespace.com/𝐒𝐮.
Hey. Well, good morning everybody, and welcome to another video. It's currently 5:15 in the morning, and it's the next morning from after the end of last week's video. It's all very confusing when you're making videos like this on the road. Anyway, it's sunrise, and I want to go back down to the coast. Maybe not back to those trees, because I don't think the tide is going to be high enough if you watch the video. Oh, get up, have a look outside. So my temperature gauge in the van is reading 0.7 degrees Celsius outside and 3.5 inside. I was actually nice and warm in that sleeping bag, and I had a fantastic sleep. There's ice on the windscreen, but I've checked and there doesn't appear to be any ice on the road. So I'll start her up, warm her up, and then we'll head off and go and photograph sunrise. Hopefully we'll get some decent light. And that is exactly why I like camping alone. The van's been great, it's been great since I've owned it, but recently it's developed a hell of a squeal. Usually happens on cold mornings after a few seconds, but it's horrendous. So yeah, imagine me at a campsite with 50 other people camping, and then start the engine at 5 in the morning. Yeah, not good. I'll have to get that looked at. If anyone give me any tips on how to get rid of the squeal, much appreciated. Much appreciated, yes. Alright, onwards for a bit of sunrise. So if you haven't seen last week's video, those trees were my subject. Very cool. I just don't want to repeat the same shot, so I'm gonna keep going, see what I can see. It's pretty cool. Very cool location. It's like a petrified forest. No whole trees, but lots of trunks, dead branches coming through the water. Do I dare tackle the chaos? I think we'll give it a go. So unfortunately there will be no photography this morning. It appears that the camera here switched itself on in the bag, or well, you know, the on switch got knocked whilst it was in the bag, and the battery's dead, and I don't have a spare battery for this camera yet. So yeah, well, guess we'll go back to the van, charge the battery, make breakfast, and make a plan for the rest of the day. Sadly, I won't have the opportunity to attempt to photograph these petrified trees, although I've got to say, I was a bit apprehensive about the whole thing. It just looks so chaotic. I think I would have just frustrated myself trying to shoot them. And luckily I'm just making excuses, trying to make myself feel better. I messed up, alright? I messed up. So sometimes when it's cold, those gas struts don't hold the rear hatch up, so I have to use like a little clamp. But yeah, most of the time it's okay, just when it's cold. So this is my grey water tank. It's fantastic. Again, I don't need a fixed grey water tank. I just need a big area for which I can pour unwanted liquids, which usually is the bottom of a cup of tea after I've brushed my teeth, and the leftover bits of coffee that are dripping out of the filter when the cup's full. You get me. So now we make the transfer. Boom. And let that run into the grey water tank. So yeah, pretty cool. I'll talk more about this probably in other videos, but for now, oh man, enjoy this cup of coffee. I am disappointed from this morning, but I'm glad that the mistake happened this morning and not last night, because last night was 10 times better than this morning, photographically speaking. So lesson learned, batteries on charge. So what I'm going to do now is have my breakfast, which is just porridge and coffee. Find a shop, buy some proper food so I can make some lunch. Have a nap. I always sleep during the day on these trips. And then, I don't know, I guess I need to make a plan. I planned this location, the beach and those trees. I kind of researched that a day or two ago. But now, I've got about 700 miles-ish, probably not 700, maybe 500 miles to drive north. And no plan as to where to go, what to see and what to shoot. So that's what I'm going to do. Perfect. What a view, by the way. What a view. I'm just sat here in the van, looking out at the water, looking at the tide retreating and the boat. So, mate, this is so relaxing. This is cool. Very cool. But I'll be leaving soon. So. So that was a much needed break. I managed to get my Fuji battery fully charged, managed to get my solar panel drawing 155 watts. I actually saw it at 158 watts. I'm rested, I've done some editing, had a look at my images, had a bit of a tidy up, and explored this beautiful area, and have come to the conclusion that this is where I'm going to shoot tonight and this afternoon. And around here is also where I'm going to park up for the night. There's a few other vans here, and there was a few vans when I arrived, which tells me it's a nice safe place to stay. So after walking around in these woods for quite some time, I finally found myself a subject and a composition and a nice image that I thought was well worth shooting. Now, if you want to come to the woods with your camera and come away with an image or two that you're happy with, there's a few tips, a few things to be aware of, a few things you need to know. The first one is you need to accept that you are the creep in the woods. You are that guy. You are the weirdo stalking through the trees when everyone else is walking past with their families, kids and dogs saying, what is that guy doing stood staring at a tree? Because that's what I do, just stare at things for ages. And I'm sometimes aware of myself and think, you know, honestly, you know, I'm not a Pied Piper. That's the first thing. Second thing is use your intuition a lot. Don't try so hard to look for a subject. Don't look at everything and try and work it out. I mean, I'm no expert with woodland photography. I do enjoy it, but I'm no expert. But for me, in a second, I know whether there's a shot there or not. I usually just see something and go, oh, shot, and that's it. I usually don't have to work hard for it once I identify it. So I think that's a lot to do with intuition. And thirdly, you know, right conditions. Obviously mist and fog would be perfect, but just soft afternoon light like we have now. It's actually starting to hail sleet, which is not quite hailstone, not quite sleet. So that could be interesting. Yeah, we do have a shot. So there is the footpath coming up through the woods where I was walking. And then behind me, over here, is what caught my eye. 1, 2, 3. Anything that comes in threes generally is a good thing, especially, obviously we have this beautiful line here, this dark tree, this dark tree that's arcing over to the left. This one kind of opposes it by arcing a little bit to the right, but still leaning left, and then this, you know, you can see it's almost like a fan. It's got a very good shape to it, very clean, no other distractions in the background, and the light, where's my finger, there we go, the light on the side of the tree, that is really what did it for me. Nice soft side lighting. That's nice, it's alright. Now when I'm in the woods like this and there's chaos and there's stuff everywhere and there's trees as far as the eye can see, I open up my aperture to f5.6, there or thereabouts, because I only want my subject to be sharp. Everything else behind it I want to just go nice and soft. So that adds a bit of atmosphere. You know what? If you shot this scene at f16, then every single twig and branch between my lens, past the subject, you know, the subject, beyond the subject, everything would be pin sharp. And your eye wouldn't know where to look. You know, you'd have all of these pin sharp distractions coming in. So I like to open up my aperture nice and wide to soften everything that isn't the subject. There we go. First image in the woods, first image of today actually. I forgot about that. I forgot about the battery issue. Yeah, it's alright. Let's see if we can find something else though.
This image turned out okay, but let's be honest, it's nothing special. It was intended as a warm-up image, something to get the cogs turning before the main event. But unfortunately, today was just one of those days. I walked for miles and the light was fantastic, but I couldn't find a subject to photograph. That doesn't mean there weren't any, I just couldn't see them. See, one of the most important lessons I've learned over the years is to not burden myself with the pressure to create compelling images every time I go out with my camera, although that is difficult with a weekly YouTube schedule. But this is what turns a relaxing pastime into a stressful endeavour, ultimately full of disappointment. So I'm okay with not having created any great images today because I know that tomorrow will bring more opportunities. And that's the beauty of landscape photography, and at the risk of sounding ridiculously cheesy, every day brings new light and new subjects.
So it's a shame I never got an image this evening, but that's the way it goes sometimes, you know. I find that creativity in photography, you just go through these cycles. I'm sure on another day of the year I would have seen images everywhere, because there are images everywhere, but I don't know, I was tired and just couldn't see. So I've come back to the van a bit early. The view, oh man, it's just fabulous. Somerset, massive thumbs up to Somerset, what a place. I have decided to lose the alcohol stove. Look at it, there it is burning away. I've decided to lose the alcohol stove That gel isn't clean burning at all. It's leaving black soot over everything, and it's just nah. So I need to find a good gas solution, something small but not too small, with a simmer control and all that good stuff. So I guess that will be my next one. Anyway, food. So there we have it. Salmon, cheese, avocado, bit of salad in a toasted tortilla, or grilled tortilla. So that was delicious, very nice. It's time for me to get ready for bed now. I've got a massive sleeping bag out, which I absolutely love. Yeah, no, it's been good. I'm enjoying my time in the van. I'm learning a lot about the van and the build. Things I like, things I don't like. Like the stove, yeah, okay, I've already said that's going. But I tell you what, if anybody is building a van, right, you must get these little flexible reading lights. I've got 2 of them in here. They're fantastic. I mean, like, turn everything off, and then you've just got like 1 or 2 of these reading lights. It's just so cozy and so stealthy, and you can direct them in any way you want. Yeah, fantastic. I tell you what, that's the best. Hang on, that's the best thing I've done to this van. Like, that's the thing I'm most proud of. I would say those little reading lights. Cool. All right, I'm gonna get into bed now and have a good night's sleep. I don't think I'm going to shoot anything at sunrise tomorrow, although I am going to get up nice and early, but I don't think I'll shoot anything. A big thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. If you don't know who Squarespace are, although I'm sure you do, they're an all-in-one website building platform. So you log on to Squarespace and you can build your own website using their drag and drop system. So instead of coding one yourself or paying a web design company to do it for you, you can do it yourself using like building blocks, like a drag and drop system. Very good if you get stuck. They've got 24/7 customer service, or as I always say, just watch a YouTube video and you can knock out a very good website with your own domain in about a couple of hours. Easy. I've done it. Yeah. All right. So yeah. Oh, and yeah, of course, hang on the promo bit. If you do want a website, you want to give it a free try, go to squarespace.com/Heaton, and if you enjoy a free trial, use the offer code Heaton for 10% off your first purchase. So yeah, bargain. Right, I'm gonna go get to bed. I'm looking forward to this. I am absolutely done in, big time. Haven't stopped for about 8-9 days now. So actually, now, as it stands, will be the first night where I've had 8 hours sleep in a long time. I've been on about 5 hours for the past 10 days. All right. Ciao guys, ciao. Don't know why I'm saying ciao, but I'll see you, I suppose, in a new location as I drive north. Alright, bye bye.